Hi guys, welcome back to another video of real estate here in Belize. And today's episode, it will be a little bit different. I want to give a educational session of buying process in Belize, your upfront costs, type of titles. A lot of the questions we normally get from clients. So Jimmy, as a foreigner, can I buy property in Belize? Yes, 90% of the buying force here in Belize are foreigners. Belize is growing. We were named in the top 10 countries to retire in Forbes 2024, which is good. So buying property in Belize is pretty straightforward. The ownership is fee simple, which is one of the key features that is attracting a lot of foreigners. Fee simple ownership, meaning it's 100% yards. You guys know our neighboring country, the Riviera Maya, Mexico, it's beautiful beaches, but you gotta buy through a trust. The government can kick you out at any time. Thailand is another top destination that a lot of North Americans are moving because the cost of living is cheaper. Prices of property are good compared to the US. But you just get a 99-year lease from the government. In comparison to those countries, that makes Belize very, very, very attractive. Ownership is fee simple. You pass away, once you have a will, your grandkids, your son can claim your estate through a probate, and which normally takes 6 months. That's one of the reasons. Another reason, there is no capital gains. If you buy a property in 2019 and you want to sell now in 2024, you don't have to pay any taxes to the government. And another main attractive reason why a lot of foreigners are moving to Belize is extremely low property taxes. I know you guys are used to some crazy figures back at home. Guys are paying 8, 10,000, 20,000 US in taxes back in Canada and the US. The good thing about Belize, your taxes are under 100 US a year. So guys, you cannot beat that. So that's pretty much was ownership in Belize as a foreigner. So now we're jumping into the different type of title. There are various type of title here in Belize. There is a minister grant fiat. There is deed of gift. There is the deed of conveyance. There is land certificate, which is the highest because it's in the declared areas, like you will have it in Placencia, Ambergris Key, Belize City. Land certificate are titles for a declared area, and there's transfer of certificates. There is first certificate of title. There is strata title, which everyone knows is for a condominium. You guys are very familiar with it. That's one thing to know, that there is more than one type of title in Belize, and all of them are fee simple. Moving forward to the buying process here in Belize. Buying process normally takes 30 to 60 days to close a property in Belize. It's recommendable to use a reputable title company or an attorney here in Belize that focus in real estate transaction. You guys should always remember, when looking for property in Belize, there are 3 major upfront costs, which is the property price, legal fees, which is normally like 2%. Attorneys normally charge 2% of what the property price is. That will be the legal fees. And then there is a stamp duty tax. It's a one-time tax that the government of Belize charges you upfront, and it is 8% for foreigners. Belizeans pay 5% whenever a Belizean buy a property here in Belize, so no one is escaping from the stamp duty tax. And in a few, I will be showing you how to calculate the stamp duty, because a lot of clients want to know how to calculate it. Going back to the buying process, it's 30 to 60 days. Once the buyer and the seller agrees to a price, you have 7 days to deposit the 10% earnest deposit into escrow. Once that is confirmed, there is a due diligence process that the attorney or the title company do to ensure that the property is free of any liens, any mortgage, any encumbrance, to ensure that the property is free and marketable to transfer to the new owner. Results are shared with you. Due diligence is a very important process, because few instances there are issues with title, and if you don't do due diligence, the land department won't accept your ownership transfer. So once the due diligence is done, the attorney gives you the green light, the title is good, they go ahead and prepare transfer documents. The buyer and the seller signs. Once the transfer documents are held in escrow, they request the buyer to send the remaining of the funds, which is pretty much 90%. Once that is confirmed in escrow, along with the stamp duty funds, the attorneys or the title company go ahead and lodge the transfer. Once the transfer is lodged, the government of Belize gives you an official receipt that the property is now being transferred to the new owner, and you are the new owner. You can immediately take possession of the property. Kindly note that title here in Belize takes up to a year to be produced. The government takes like 13 months, 12 to 13 months to produce a title. The real estate agent representing you and the attorney has no control. That's something that you should also be aware of, and just wait for a title to be produced by the government. I will now be showing you how to calculate stamp duty. Stamp duty for foreigners is 8%. I want to reiterate the 3 main upfront costs. And by the way, this is my colleague Wilmer Chiak. He's my trainee at the moment. Your upfront cost of buying property in Belize is property price, legal fees, which is normally 2% of property price, attorney's charge, title company charge a little bit less, like 1% or 0.5%, and then you have stamp duty. So for example, your property is you're buying a property for 100,000 US. The government of Belize exempts 10,000 US. So you will be paying stamp duty on 90,000 US, which will be equivalent to 7,200 US. 7,200 US, right? And that's pretty much how you calculate stamp duty. The government give you exemption. So if your property is worth 200,000 US, you get a 10,000 US exemption, and then from that 190,000 US, you calculate your 8%, and that should be your stamp duty that is payable to the government. And there might be an additional $30 fee for title, certificate, and registration fee. So this is pretty much your major expense in a property, buying, the stamp duty calculation. Once again, thank you for watching another video. I hope this session was educational. Next week I'll continue to do another educational session about real estate here in Belize. If you have a property in mind and you want to buy a property here in Belize, kindly reach out to me. I can represent you as the buyer agent at no additional cost. I will ensure that you get the property at the best price, a good deal, and I will do the proper due diligence. And looking forward to meet you here in Belize pretty soon.